Welcome back to Nile Hoops, where we spotlight the rising stars and power players shaping the future of South Sudanese basketball. Today, we're joined by someone who's doing big things both on and off the court. George, a proud South Sudanese based in North Carolina. George, welcome to the show. Glad to have you.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. That's dope right there.
When did you first fall in love with basketball?
Ah, man, I think I fell in love with basketball probably back in like really crazy thing is, man, I thought I was going to the NFL. I ain't gonna lie to you. So football was my first love. I grew up in High Point, North Carolina. So um, football, everybody in the neighborhood, we played football. And then we kind of came up in the rougher parts. So like I was just always like some type of like it was like you know we was always physical in the playing football or whatever. So like basketball wasn't our thing, like because you can't get physical with the next people that you're playing with, whatever. So like really around, I want to say like high school when I really started to fall in love with it. And then from there that's when I started taking it serious. Because I didn't think I was really that good until like maybe like junior senior year of high school, kind of late. So
How tall are you?
I'm 6'5".
6'5".
Yeah.
Um, what's your who's your favorite Sudanese basketball player? Would you say?
I gotta go with my brother, Dill Dang. I mean, a lot of people, yeah, I gotta stay
Good
home team.
answer.
Yeah, my brother Dill Dang. He play overseas right now,
You be getting
doing his thing.
buckets.
Yeah. He doing his thing right now. That's so yeah. After that, my little brother Chan Bach. Yeah, my little sister. Yeah. So yeah.
All right. So you talked a little bit about your journey growing up in North Carolina. So talk about the South Sudanese community there, and does everybody hoop? Do they have any programs or anything like that?
So the community out in North Carolina is weird because like we actually it's a like people ask me all the time like, I got a big community. Like we got a solid community, but like a lot of people we kind of scattered. Mainly we all in like the 336 area, so like Greensboro, High Point area. And basically just growing up there, hoops has always been our thing, but like we not like our numbers are not super huge as in, these other states as in like the, sort of Midwest and, sort of guys in the Northeast and stuff like that. So we're not super huge like number wise in a like basketball community, but we definitely got a good amount that year in and year out that's doing their thing on the basketball scene in North Carolina.
Are you
So
uh are you a Tar Heel, Blue Devil,
come on,
Wolfpack?
man,
Who do you
come on, man. We go
who do you
UNC all
UNC?
day. Come on, UNC.
I watch a lot of Duke because of come on this year. So
Yeah,
I would say I'm more
shout
of a Duke fan, but
shout out Duke, man. I mean, just because Kaman was there, I was hoping they won only this year just because of Kaman.
because of him,
So
yeah.
yeah. But I watched them one time this year, and it was dope seeing them play. So
So talk about after your playing days. I know you got involved with training. You also got involved with So Elite. So tell us a little bit about that.
so after let me see, after high school, I kind of like put the ball down for a second, for like a year actually. I stopped playing just because like in high school I was one of the ones where like I was good, but I wasn't really like the most outstanding type player. So in my head I'm thinking, okay, like um, yeah, I'm just not good enough to play at the next level because I wasn't getting like colleges wasn't coming seeing me. I wasn't getting no calls. I wasn't getting no interest or anything like that. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like I guess I'm not good enough to play. I didn't have someone like really just pushing me on some like to these coaches and working the phones for me, whatever.
Mm.
So a year, so I put the ball down, and then right after that, uh, year came back where I was getting back in school. My coach told me like my high school coach, he told me like, yo, if you going, I went to my local JUCO in the area. He was telling me like, "Oh, if you're gonna go there, you might as well just at least give it a shot. Play. I got the coach's phone number. We can give him a call right now. Boom, boom. get a workout in. I'm like, all right, cool. I do the workout. Went to the workout. Coaches loved me. They offered me right there on the spot. Told me like, yeah, we want you to play here next year. I'm like, all right, cool. So I started playing. During that year where I wasn't really playing, I started coaching. I started coaching at a YMCA, and it was the first time I coached. And then one the reason why I did it because it was the YMCA that I sort of grew up in, and I'll
Mm,
just use it in the way of just giving back to the community. So as I was coaching, like I just found the joy of like just seeing the growth of the kids or whatever. But at that time, I didn't really know it was a gift that I had. So I just did it just to pass by time, me and my boy. And then as I started playing, got back to school, started playing again. That's when I was reintroduced to coaching again, to where like I'm like, all right, cool. Me and my one of my best friends from high school, we started an AAU programs, and sort of built a small networking community just for the young hoopers in the area, like just something that we can run ourselves. And basically, we started that, and that was like it was great for us to like to see um, the progress from like a lot of just under the radar type kids. Like I think because me and my boy we can relate. Like we felt like we was those type of
that
players.
was you. Hmm.
Exactly. So we was those type of players, and we was like, nah, we can't. Like we gotta do something about this. Like give them a platform where you know they don't necessarily have to go shoot for seeing shoe circuits, and like give them a platform where once they get on to where they need to go, like they can go now play on these shoe circuit teams, whatever. So like basically it would just start off as just giving extra hand to them and just giving them that support to like allow them to know like okay, like you're good, we can really push off type thing. And then the way I got connected with Soul Elite, Majak Wayne, he ended up coming through. He was helping. So at the time, my brother Dil Dang and Coel Meding, like my cousin, my little cousin, he's at Charlotte right now. They was sort of buzzing in North Carolina. So Majak, he came through, sort of helped their situation, pushing their name out to coaches and things like that, which which they honestly needed. I felt like they didn't need to go through a situation where they was under recruited just because of nobody really was pushing their names out. So
Mm.
he came through. Anyway, we first met, like it was crazy, like the way it happened, where COVID came, like COVID literally hit like the weekend we met. So
Oh wow.
happened to be like maybe a week later. I never know what it would have looked like. Um, but anyway, I got connected with them, and then just like the whole network, and then that was probably about 5 years ago, and then it sort of took off from there. So,
So let's talk about Dew, your brother, a little bit. He played professional overseas and he represented South Sudan. What has that meant to you and your family? Do you guys, when he did play suit up, were you guys like watching it as a family and stuff? I'm sure your mom was proud.
man, it was dope, man. For me, honestly, just seeing him on that level, because me and him, bro, like folks know. So we played. Okay, back to high school, we played on the same
Mm.
team. Like he was a sophomore, I was a senior.
Okay.
And that's when we knew he was really like gifted, because him being a sophomore on the team, like he was an all conference player. He was one of the top three scorers. And sort of the way I played, I kind of sacrificed a role to like allow him to be that type player. So growing up, we was real competitive. Like even down to this day, like you catch us in the gym, be real, I'm in the truck now, so he really got me. Like I can't even like keep up with him like I used to. But like, we competitive. We go at it. So like that's been like, and I think that sort of helped him push him to be that type of player he is. And then just going down to like what it means to our family. Like, I got a little brother and sister that really that's looking to play professional. And then just being on that level, just representing your country, like that's big. Not even just to my family, but also the young kids in our community, because
Definitely.
they did. This is he's somebody that they was watching in middle school, high school. What I'm saying, they looked up to him, and then now to play on a professional level and just represent a team like represent your country. That's big, because like now that gives the hope and motivation to the next ones coming up. Like yo, like I can see that. Like I know him before he was on that squad. You know what I'm saying? So like it just gives a different type of motivation to those guys that's coming up. And and I think we got some more guys that's definitely capable of doing that out of our area. So
Nice. What role does basketball play in uniting South Sudanese in the U.S.? You talked about all the hoopers in North Carolina. I'm from the Midwest. We all hooped growing up. You saw what the Olympics did. We were all united during that time. So just talk a little bit
yeah,
about that.
man, it's dope, man. Cause like even during the Olympics, bro, I felt an energy that I'm like, yo, I've never seen before. I was during this time, and I would have capitalized off of it on my TikTok, but during that time, I was just in a different mindset. Yeah, of just like I had like creators block, so I wasn't even really putting out my pseudo content. But like I jumped on TikTok everything like TikTok, like like it's South Sudanese like everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it was just dope to see because of the unite of like everybody.
Hmm.
And it's something that I wasn't really shocked of because like, you know, within me just working in within Sudanese the Soul Elite organization, like, that's sort of what we've been pushing, just uniting the the communities from different states into just one and just understanding like like growing from there. But so for me, I think it's been doing a very like just not even on a basketball level, but like on a like a personal relationship levels and things like that. Like now you connected to people that's halfway across the country, which I would say 10 years ago I don't even think that was even possible. Just by
Hmm.
the way technology is and stuff like that. So like that basketball is uniting us in a different type of way, and it's bringing something positive to sort of a negative situation on why we're even here in the states in the first place.
There's like once a year, there's like the camps and stuff. And I know it's a lot to bring people together, but do you think
For sure.
maybe doing it more often that would help? Or
Nah, I don't think doing it more often would help just because of
mm,
like you said, bringing everybody together.
it's
That's
hard?
tough. It's tough. It's real tough. It's a lot of work that goes behind it. You got to have a lot
Mm.
of dedicated people to that make that work. And, like my group that I take, we drive 17 hours to Omaha. Like how much trust that takes from
Oh, wow.
your parents to
Yeah.
let your kid. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of trust. So I definitely salute the parents for allowing stuff like that to happen. But like um
Hmm.
in order for it to grow, I think just getting stronger within our communities. We just need more people in positions to like give back to the communities and just get involved. Just get involved in what it is. Like small things is like showing up to their games. A lot of times like our parents like probably working like real hard during the day, like at
Hmm.
night they don't really have time, or they just at the home taking care of kids or something like that, so they don't really have people come to support their games like that. So small things is just showing up to players games, and just being there for them, and getting them in the gym, picking them up, just taking them out to eat, whatever, phone
Yeah,
call away. That's how I think we continue to elevate.
definitely. Give us
Yeah.
some names to look out for coming out of North Carolina, or just any kids you're training.
uh, Dang. See, okay, coming out of North Carolina. I'm glad you said North Carolina because I ain't want to do the whole like it's so many, but like if I'm gonna do North Carolina, okay, I gotta say, right now, Coel Meding leading the way. Look, cuz uh, Marty Giant, Joel Giant, uh, who else we got? A Rope Charm. We got some guys, man. I don't want to keep going down the name. That's South Sudanese guys that I just named, but I got a couple on that I just trained.
Give me the best state for Sudanese hoopers. What state you think got that title? That the best hoopers come out of there
You got some good questions, bro. If I could give it to the best state right now, like right now,
right now. Or you could give me a top three. Make it easier. Top three.
I'm gonna give you top three. I'm gonna give you top three.
Okay.
I'm gonna say top three. I'm gonna go with. I gotta go with Omaha because they number wise, they play a
Number
factor.
one,
They
yeah,
got way more.
they're
Yeah, they
deep.
got way more hoopers. Yeah, so you got the Omaha Lincoln. So I gotta go Omaha. Excuse me, Nebraska. Excuse me. Um, After Nebraska, let's go Phoenix. We can go Phoenix because they got numbers over there too. And then one more, Texas. I can't forget about them. I think Texas. Let's go
Yeah,
Texas. Yeah, can't forget about them
definitely. What we need as a community, and I feel like you do a good job of like putting that message out there.
for sure. For sure. Um, that's a great question, man. And I think the reason why I move like that is just because of really just the type of person I am. And I don't want people to get it confused too. Like I'm just like some perfect guy, and I just got it all figured out, and the perfectionist, and just a person that can't do no wrong or anything like that. But I just feel like from where I come from and then the influence that I have, um, I think I'm just that voice to allow people to know, like, man, it's hope. I think that's one of the biggest problems right now within our communities is folks just don't know. I'm gonna say kids, they don't really they feel like there's no hope. We come from a background of just really violence. So we gotta understand that's already within us, without us knowing. Like, and just growing up in these neighborhoods too. Like we wasn't thrown in the suburbs. A lot of us come up from Section 8.
Mm.
So the things that we were seeing, the way we came up in school, it's like these are a lot of like things we're just in a setback. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why I just push the positive message because of just I feel like we've we've came so far from where we started, you know, and if we came this far and then we actually like sit back and we think about what our parents been through, you know,
Hmm.
to get us here, and like now to you know put us in position to even just for opportunity. And I also want to speak about like just even people, the family back home. I haven't met any of my family back home, but like I know they would die for opportunity uh, to come to the U.S. So I feel like we just got to be thankful for the situation we're in and just take advantage, like of being in the journey we're in. Enjoy your process, because at the end of the day, like as long as you continue to keep pushing, keep striving for greatness each and every day, like I'm a strong believer in like God will take care of you, and just do what's right. Um, and that's why I try to use my platform, and it's kind of the reason why I stopped posting for a little while because I was trying to really figure out how can I transition, and because at first you'll see me on TikTok, you like Uncle Gutting, they call me Unc and stuff like that. So I was just trying to transition away from like comedy and just be more so on a personal side, what I'm saying, just give people something, give a lot of the young kids something that they can sort of take and just keep going with. I'm gonna drop it right here too. I'm dropping a Discord where I'm gonna have a lot of young. We're gonna start off small, but we're gonna start off with we're gonna do a Discord community where any kids that's looking for guidance and just a network circle with mentors, like you know, stay tuned. We got a little Discord coming out with
Absolutely.
just to help elevate and just be a mentor for a lot of these kids that's coming up.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know. I'll put it in the description below.
For sure, for sure, for sure.
You ever thought about being like a motivational speaker? Like, I feel like you got what it takes.
Man, I have, but man, to be real, people don't even know. It's like seven different sides of me, so I don't know, man. It might come to me, but right now I don't know.
No.
So
Afro Basket, men's and women's, is this summer. Give me your expectations for both the women's and men's team. I had the coach. I don't know if you checked out that interview, but I had coach on here. He kind of talked about the preparations for this summer. So, how do you think our national team's gonna do this summer?
Man, they done free Maria Gagdang, so she finally she hopefully we see her out there depending on what her schedule looking like over at the Dream, but she's out of college now, so hopefully we see her on the stage. But women's side, I really hope they really, hey, no shade to y'all that's putting these teams together, but as long as y'all put the teams together right, man, we'll be at the Olympics, and
Mm.
we'll be out there with you, we'll be dancing in LA. So,
I bet.
so yeah, so I feel like you know I expect a lot of great things out of them. Also with the men's squad too, like they looking good. They always on some. I think they whatever we so talented. We so talented. So whatever is they put out there, we really run in Africa right now. No disrespect to any of the other countries. So
George, it's been a pleasure having you on. Your story, your passion, your commitment to building something bigger than yourself, it really speaks volumes. We'll definitely be watching your journey and the young talent you're helping to shape. Till next time, this is Now Hoops. Thanks, George, for joining.
I appreciate you, bro.